up high, and the dreams that you dream of once in a lullaby. Oh, somewhere over the rainbow.
First, I want to welcome everybody and thank you all for walking today and walking different parts of the walk. I'm Pam Parmakin, I'm the Executive Director of HECH. And again, first, I just want to applaud you guys and all the stuff that you do every year. Okay, I don't want to get too choked up on this part. I saw Bob last night. The first thing he said is, "How's the walk?" So he is home now. He is under the care of hospice. He's accepting cards, flowers, good wishes, thoughts, prayers, all of those things for him and Judy. He was funny. He was lucid. I think that we all do know how sick Bob is. And at one point, Judy came in to sit with us. And I said, you know, I've got to tell you guys one thing about the walk. And Bob immediately got very solemn looking. And I said, it took 28 of us to cover your shifts. So, and he said, oh, everyone out there. So he's sending all his best wishes to all of us. And he wanted to also let everyone know that he had hoped for really hot weather. So anyway, he sends his love, and I know that all of us send ours back to him. He's so incredibly special. All right, I'm going to move on. I have Bob's mailing address. If anybody would like to send any cards or any things to him, please let me pass that on to you. You can email us at HECH, or if you want to talk to me after we finish up here, I'm happy to pass that on. So anyway, I just wanted to be sure everyone got the messages from Bob. I want to thank our board, the HECH board, for being here and walking and pulling together so many walkers again this year. For all the organizations, all 11 of us, the organizations that have pulled together so many walkers every year. This year, I want to also give a special thanks out to Don Jenkins. Don has picked up, Don is amazing. He's done all the PR for the walk this year. He's called everybody, and you've just done an amazing job, so thank you. And I also want to recognize Maggie Andrews. When Bob first called and said that he was going to not be able to do the walk this year, Maggie stepped in and immediately started emailing the organizations and saying, you know, we need to step in and need to pick up this work. So I want to thank Maggie for that, and Bob did too. And our drivers from HECH. Thank you. All of us, thank you. So, let me see. Well, we have a couple celebrity walkers this year. The first celebrity walkers that I'd like to introduce actually want to sing a song for you this year. And those are the graduating class from preschool to kindergarten from the Children's Center. And they're going to come up. Congratulations, you guys. Abby Newberry School is the Children's Center. She does an amazing job. Also reminding us all that in raising money for our low and moderate income families that need help with childcare. So anyway, here you go.
Teddy bear, turn around. Teddy bear, favorite song is?
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day. Plenty of sunshine heading our way. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth, it's actual. Everything is satisfactual. Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay. My, oh my, what a wonderful day.
Nice job, guys.
Thank you, you guys. Good luck in kindergarten. Every year when HECH plans their celebrity walkers and their portion of the walk, the First Congregational Church is so generous with offering us the space. And for all of these guys for putting together our lunch every year. So I just want to thank you. A lot of us work in housing, and you know, we're all working those front lines, and some of it's really hard, and some of it's unrewarding, and then you have that day when you get to award somebody housing and it really matters. And this year we wanted to have Rebecca come up and maybe talk a little bit about her story. She was in need of housing, and at HECH she came in and she had talked to Nicole, and Nicole's like, oh Pam, we've got to help her. And we were lucky enough to, and we love her as one of our tenants. And with that, I just wanted Rebecca to be able to come up for a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. This is my daughter McKenna. Last year I got out of the Marine Corps after 5 years, and I was medically discharged, so I wasn't expecting it. I ended up living with my grandparents for a couple months and being on my own for about 6 years, because I was on my own before that. It was definitely hard, and I found HECH, but just by Googling. It was pretty much my Hail Mary. When I finally spoke to Nicole, it was just, wow, these people are absolutely amazing. I don't know where I'd be without them, and I hope they know that. And everyone's been so sweet. I mean, the house is beautiful. The people are there are wonderful. Ken, he's our maintenance guy. He's hilarious. But I don't really know much to say after that. It's just, they gave me a chance when no one else would.
Thank you. It is, you know, always good for all of us that work those front lines to remember the difference that we make. And, you know, every year the Bob Murray Housing with Love Walk raises $250,000, and that money is so needed for different services up and down the Cape. And because there's 11 organizations, we really do cover from Provincetown down to Bourne. So anyway, it was nice. Thank you for sharing your story today. We also this year have a celebrity that we wanted to invite up for a few moments. And I don't know if everyone else is a listener, but I certainly am. So I'd like to introduce Mindy Todd.
I didn't know I was going to have to speak, but you know, Pam, we were just talking about Bob Murray, and we did something on the walk a few weeks ago. My time frame. Don was on. We had Allison from HECH. And Bob joined us on the phone. I didn't realize at the time how sick he is, but boy, did he come to life when we were talking about his walk. I mean, obviously, this is a passion of his, and it's really wonderful that so many people up and down the Cape take part in this, and I can't believe we were walking in this heat. Could have been a little cooler. So anyway, just thanks to all the organizations for all the work that you do. Obviously, it's a huge issue that's been an issue for a long, long time here on the Cape, and for a long time to come. No, you know, one silver bullet to answer our housing issues, but there are a lot of great organizations working to fill in the gaps where they can, and I thank you all for your work in supporting all those great organizations. Thank you.
Thank you. A couple of chit-chatting, and it was time to start talking about our celebrity walkers, Bob immediately said, Mary Anderson. Mary is the executive director of the Family Pantry, and the difference that you make to so many families. Every time we turn around, you're getting bigger over there, by the way, and you're adding yet another service. So I wanted to first thank you, and I know that comes from Bob too, that you are something else. And I know you want to introduce your celebrity walker too, but on behalf of HECH, we just want to thank you for the contributions that you make to the community. So, Mrs. Mary.
It all comes full circle. Most of you know Bob as housing, but I know him as food, because he's the guy 8 years ago that hired me. So he didn't just create a lot of housing on the Cape. He started with some others, the pantry over on Queen Anne that feeds all of Cape Cod. He also either started or greatly strengthened the Falmouth Service Center that takes care of the other end of the Cape. So his hand is everywhere, and I accept this honor on his behalf. But I'd like to introduce, if Mike Provost would come up, the pantry, where we are kind of sister organizations. We always support a celebrity walker or two in the walk. And this year, I'm proud to introduce Mike Provost. He's a volunteer at the pantry, and despite the gray hair, this guy's a computer guru, and he's the reason our website looks fabulous. He started with that. We were struggling. It was very static, because I would just post something, you know, like 3 sentences when I had a minute. Now we have pictures, we have different sections. If you haven't seen it, take a peek. So that was Mike's first foray, and now he transports between the Queen Anne pantry and our thrift shop in Harwich Port. So he's the guy that moves stuff back and forth as needed. And then he's in the garden, working in the garden, and he's also part of what we call the A-team. Whenever there's an odd task that, you know, kind of defies description, send an email out, and Mike's usually one of the first guys that comes in. So hats off to our celebrity Mike.
I apologize, I don't have any song prepared. Really, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to represent 400 plus celebrities that work at the Family Pantry and make it such a special place. And hats off to Mary as well and all she's done. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I know that Skip Johnson also wanted to announce Celebrity Walker. So, hi Skip. Come on.
I'm not a walker. I'm just a talker.
Hi Skip.
Hi, my name is Skip Johnson from St. Peter's Lutheran Church, and this year our celebrity walker is Pem Schultz. Now, Pem was not chosen for her walking ability. Both she and I were lucky we could walk from the car to the building here just to get some food and talk. But what Pem is a celebrity worker. What she has done for St. Peter's for many, many years, and maybe from the beginning, I'm not sure.
11.
Yeah, 11 years. She has organized our Overnights of Hospitality program, which has been a very successful program, I think. And I think right now it's been so successful they're actually going to the housing concept and not having to use the churches. But for 11 years, it was people like Pem that kept that going. And I used to do that in Connecticut for my church back there. And it's a lot of work. You got to make a lot of telephone calls, coordinate a lot of food. People can't come. Holidays are a problem. So, you know, it's a lot of work. So she's our celebrity worker, let's say. And we appreciate her very much.
Thank you.
By the way, we also have another Pem Schultz. If you'd stand up, turn around. This is our pastor, Christian. Our T-shirt came through as Pem Schultz instead of St. Peter's. So he's going to wear it anyway. Thanks, Pem.
Thank you, Skip. So with that, oh, hi. Do you want? Yes.
We have a celebrity roller, and this is Bob McLean. Well, Bob
Yep.
has
Hi, Bob.
actually done this whole race twice in rolling. And one of the things that we were talking, and he said, one thing that I would really like to do is to take part in Bob Murray's Walk for the Homeless. Bob at one time was at Champ House, and this is really part of his heart. I don't want to really embarrass him, but this man has a heart for this and a heart for everyone that's walking in. And he's done it twice, you know, and that's a lot of miles to do.
Yep.
I
Thank you.
I represent the First Church Mission Board, and I would like to introduce our celebrity walker, Lori Sexton. And those of you who are walking know her. To you what we put in our newsletter to appeal for donations. We said on July 17th, HECH's Bob Murray Walk with Love participants will stop at First Church for lunch, and your Board of Missions will honor Lori Sexton as our celebrity walker. Lori is not only a celebrity walker, Lori is a real walker. Last year, she walked the walk from Provincetown to Falmouth, all 7 days and 103 miles. And she plans to do that again this year, and she's halfway there now. Right? Almost. She's given up a week of vacation time to perform this daunting task, and she has spent many hours this spring training for this great event. Lori recently moved off Cape to be with her mother, but she continues to attend church and is working at a local CVS in their pharmacy department. Now, I asked Lori if there was something else she wanted me to tell you about her today, but she didn't have anything further to add for herself. She wanted me to remind you to keep Bob Murray in your prayers, and of course we are all aware of that. She wanted me to mention all of the other organizers, Pam and many of you who are carrying this on in Bob's name, helped other years and are doing the work for it this year. And also to remind everybody who already doesn't know it, that HECH and these other organizations are doing not just collecting money, but actually doing work for the homeless, building homes and getting furniture for them, and helping people get their education and child care. So that's all Lori wanted us to say. Nothing about
Well, it's amazing when somebody walks the whole walk. You know, each day we walk somewhere between 15 and 20 miles to total 103 miles. So it's just amazing that you guys are walking. I know we made up 103 miles. So, you know, Bob always likes to remind us all that the work that we do is really, really important, and it's really good work in stabilizing our year-round community on Cape Cod has been so hard over the years, and every year it gets harder, and we need more. So as Bob would say to all of us, don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for money. Don't be afraid to ask for contributions. So with that, I know that everyone's anxious to get back out in the 90-degree weather. And hi, Skip.
Before you conclude, I just have to add one thing. What I forgot to mention was Pam, our celebrity worker, we're not walking for St. Peter's, St. Peter's is walking for the Council of the Churches Homeless Program and the Homeless Prevention Program. So
Great.
that's where the proceeds are going, not to St. Peter's per se.
Right. And, okay. So anyway, more. Oh, we have more. You want to announce your book? Oh, no, I'm sorry, Phyllis wants to announce her celebrity walker for HECH. HECH. Why do I say HECH?
Because a farmer's member of our organization calls it that all the time, because it sounded more like a cat, like a check.
Oh,
But it's
wow.
not, it's HECH, Chatham
HECH.
Ecumenical. And
Which is
we
Chatham
were,
Housing
we
Ecumenical.
were always patterned after HECH anyway, because we came to one of your former members to get to know how to become organized. But I would be very happy to introduce one of our, we had two celebrity walkers.
Okay.
But one of them is with us today, and that's Carol Penfield, who's keeping Chatham people in shape so they can walk. Carol, thank you, Carol operates the Chatham Health Club, that's why.
So, yes, absolutely. As a nurse practitioner and owner of Chatham Health Club, I will work on getting more capable walkers out next year to help support this wonderful cause. This is my first experience. I've been very impressed and happy to be a part of it, so thank you.
Thank you. So, before we get out and start walking again, I also want to introduce our new board president, and that's Robin Wilkins, and I'm hoping that you'll just come up for a second, Robin, and come on, you walk to this far. So, would you like to say anything? Robin has been an amazing advocate all through this region for many years. And he has recently become the next board president for HECH, and I know how thrilled we are to have you back on the board and as our new president.
It's great to have the presence of the clergy and church membership in this room. Thank you all, because we never want to lose sight of the fact that we are driven by religious and Christian and faith-based motives. And that's why this organization, that's the foundation of HECH. Our faith that we can make it better for others. And that's what Bob is saying. Thank you.